This is a story of a young man named Jimmy, a freshman at your local university. He's a real number one on the dean's list, and there's no wonder why. He does what he can to keep his campus clean. Way to go, Jimmy. You sure can that one. Jimmy spends most of his time reading his school books, but don't worry, he still finds time to court Dorothy. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy's just a young man in his prime. Jimmy was a popular guy and knew a lot of students. And here's one of his fellow classmates now, Eddie. Eddie knew a lot of students around campus too. Although he missed class frequently, never did his homework, and was never in any out-of-class activities. Eddie knew people because he was a second-year freshman with a real need for a reefer. But hey, he always seems happy, and talk around campuses that he's on a real hip trip. Eddie's a nice guy, and invites Jimmy over for a real happening party. Jimmy's popular, but Eddie's hip. If he turns down Eddie, he might not seem as cool to his fellow classmates anymore. Sure thing, Eddie. You can count on me. Eddie is pleased to hear and is looking forward to seeing Jimmy later. Jimmy, what have you done? It's around 8 o'clock, and Jimmy shows up to the party. Jimmy's greeted by Eddie and is given a beer to help him loosen up a little. Everyone seems to be having a blast, doing groovy dances to the new swinging beats from their favorite recording artist. But Jimmy's starting to have second thoughts about coming to the party, but he's keeping his cool. But wait, what's that Eddie has hidden behind his ear? It's a reefer cigarette, and he's beginning to smoke it. Jimmy's concerned not only if he'll seem like a real square in front of his peers, but if Eddie will think that he's a narc. You want a hit? Sure. Jimmy, you should be thinking of your poor mother, whose son's gonna drop out of school, turn to a life of crime, mugging whomever he can to get money for his kicks. Instead, he's thinking that he could sure become hip to this groove. This can't be the same Eagle Scout who ran the bake sale for the blind, but he is, and he's out of reality now, spinning faster into the cosmos like a butterfly caught in a painted tornado, going faster and faster into insanity. All rational thought, all proper manners, all communication skills, all thrown away. To become a marijuana addict. There's no turning back now for Jimmy. Poor Jimmy. Poor, poor Jimmy.